Ferencváros are back in action, and this time we took on MTK. Let's get into the score prediction. So obviously, let's start off with Ferencváros' lineup. So I've gone for a classic 3-5-2. It's pretty much what we always play, and what you'd probably expect from Robbie Keane. You got Dibus, Raymakers, Gartenman, Cisse, Makrakis, Zacharias, and Gruber, Abufani, Levy, Varga, and Yusuf. I think it's a pretty standard one. It's an interesting one to think about as well, because you've obviously got Ludogorets in the Europa League, I think Thursday, if I'm correct. This Thursday, so you might want to rest some people, Robbie Keane, but we'll see what it does. Now, if we look in net, we have Dibus Danish, quite an obvious one. He's always going to be our first choice goalie. Next up, we have Raymakers. Now, again, with the defense is always hard to pick before these pre-match games, because you got Raymakers, Gartenman, Cisse in the back line. But you've also got other options. You got, for example, Barnabas Nud. He has been, I think, particularly fantastic, but he's normally playing, although a defender, he normally plays where Makrakis or Levy would. So, I don't think we're going to see him, but I do think he's going to come off the bench for someone like Cisse or Raymakers. Now, again, as I've said to you before, we've got Europa League action against Ludogorets, and if we win that, we're already through. If we win that, we are 100% guaranteeing our way into the playoffs, which would obviously be very important for us. The only thing that you see here, if you're a regular Ferencváros fan, is that I've picked quite a few starter players who might start against Ludogorets, and I picked it mainly because we're horrible in the league. We are 5th in the league, technically 6th if it wasn't for goal differential. So I think this is a must-win. I mean, if we don't win here against MTK, I wouldn't say our season's over, but we would be put in a very, very tough position, and I just don't see how we could climb out of it without, hopefully we've got more Europa League matches coming up, not just the playoffs if we win against Ludogorets. Hopefully we could get into the round of 16, quarterfinals, so on, so on. So, yeah, this, again, must-win game. You're hoping to see some drop points. I think Bosch and Debrecen play this next weekend as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that happens. If Bucks drop points, then that could be our opening. If they win and we drop points, then it's not going to be good. But enough talk. Let's go into, again, the predicted lineups. Midfield, Makrakis, Zacharias, and Gruber, Abufani, and Levy. Now, yeah, I feel like Makrakis is always going to be there. I don't think there's mainly, again, Barnabas Nud might be able to challenge for his spot, but overall I think Makrakis will still take it. You got Zachariasen, who was our man of the match, for me at least, against Salzburg, and I think he had a decent performance against Zalaegerszeg in the loss. Against Békés Csaba, he was alright, I guess. Gruber, now, Gruber's meant to be a striker, but I think he was put in, midfield for Békés Csaba. Békés Csaba or Zalaegerszeg, he was put in midfield for one of those, and yeah, he had a decent game, so I think he's going to start there, although not his natural position. We don't really want to waste his talents. He's still young, of course, but I think he's just going to start in midfield. If we move on to Abufani, he's also been pretty good for us. Like, you don't really see Abufani too much, but I think when he is starting and when he does play, he's one of the best players on our pitch. I think he's in incredible form, so I do think he's going to play this game. If we move on to Levy, I mean, Levy's Levy. He's a consistent player. He doesn't really do anything crazy special, but he gives us some assists from time to time. He gave an assist against Salzburg in the Europa League, so I think he was wonderful. And Varga and Yusuf, which I had an option. Varga's pretty much 100% going to start. He's pretty much our locked-in striker. But I didn't really know what to do, because you have Yusuf, you have Gruber, who can maybe play his position there. You have Lenny Joseph. So, I mean, yeah, you have options here, but I think Yusuf, he's been starting recently, and he's been in good form as well. So, I think better for him than probably Gruber or Joseph. So, I think I'm going to start Yusuf for this one. Now, moving on to MTK's lineups, it's going to be, I mean, I'm not going to read out, you could read it if you want, but pretty much just, I haven't really watched a whole lot of MTK games, but I think from what I've seen, I think this is around how they're going to line up. I saw that they normally play with a 4-4-2, which is alright. I mean, I think our 5-man midfield could probably break it down if Makrakis and Levy just jump on the wings, make it 5v4, then we could probably break through maybe Kota and Horvath, but Yeah, and then the back line, I mean, yeah, the back line's interesting. I think they're going to do a decent job, but overall we should be able to break him down. If we look to the attack, then it's going to be Bognat and Yurinov causing the main damage up front. Probably Mona and Karashi's probably going to come in to support, but I think our players can do the job again. If Makrakis and Levy come back, then it's going to be another 5v4, so we should be fine in that front as well. Now, if we take a look, what is my predicted score? What is my score prediction? It's a must-win game. I think we're playing at home as well, so, I mean, look. I personally think we're going to win 3-1. Again, it's a must-win game. As it was a must-win game against Zalgiris. We ended up bottling that, but lucky for us, Bucks ended up bottling points as well. So it's another must-win game. At this point, at this stage when you're fifth in the league, when you're supposed to be first by now, it's every game's a must-win. We are still one game behind the regulars, but even if we do end up winning this, we're still 1 point behind league leaders, Bucks. I think if we win this, though, we can close them down eventually if we just keep consistent performances as they have bottled it before. But yeah, 3-1 is what I'm predicting. I think it's going to be... MTK somehow always manages to score a goal against us. I don't really know why, but yeah, I mean, if Robbie Keane would start something other than what we'd see against Ludogorets, I think he's made a mistake on this front because, look, there's nothing more to say for me. I've already said what I needed to. It's a must-win, and yeah, hopefully we can come up with the win. And one more thing we need to analyze, though, is the recent form for both teams. Now, if we look over here, MTK's recent form is win-win, loss, win-draw. Last 5 games, of course. Then Ferencváros's, our Greens, the Eagles, is draw-win, draw-draw, loss. This is also not just, like, MTK's form on paper looks great, but I feel like they've maybe battled a little bit of easier opponents. I mean... in their latest league game against Bucks, I think... or not Bucks, Puskás, I meant. In their latest league game, I think they've been alright. I mean, they scored an early goal, and Puskás went down to 10 men, and somehow they got the equalizer, so they ended up drawing 1-1. I mean, for us, our form's never really good, but I think, personally, we should be fine, I guess. If we somehow let MTK beat us, I will be furious, indeed. Not just because they beat us, not just because it's a must-win, but also because if they beat us, we draw level on games with the league leaders, and MTK will go up to 20 points while we stay at 16, and that's not good. They're 4th, we're 5th, so we have to get over them. We do have to get over them. But I do think we're still going to win 3-1, so what are your thoughts? As always, let me know.